Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you a pretty interesting item. It is a blank cardboard box. No, that's not what is in here. You can probably already tell what is in here because it's the title of the video. So I suppose we should open it up and get right to it. Now the box is pretty plain, and I recently showed this in my recent Finds of the Day video. I got 6 of these bulbs. 3 of them are in their cardboard boxes, and 3 of them are not. They're just kind of taped up like this. But they're the exact same thing. For some reason, those don't have boxes, and these do, but again, they're the same thing. There's no markings on these boxes, except for this at the top. 40 watt, 5000K, 120 volt, E40, referring to the base on the bulb. So, we'll open it up, and we'll get to the inside. There you can see the mogul base of the bulb, and we'll pull it out. So you can see it's in styrofoam here, and I also have a video on my channel of a 23 watt version of one of these that I picked up at the same exact restore, I think back in November or something of last year, for 25 cents. If I haven't already mentioned, I picked up these 40 watt versions, brand new, at the same restore for $1 a piece. Fantastic deal. Anyway, pretty interesting bulb, so we'll take it out of the styrofoam here. Oh, what I was going to say about the 23 watt version is that it had the same type of styrofoam like holder. I don't think I got the styrofoam holder, I think I left it there. But it only had one side, it didn't have the other side, so it was pretty pointless to me. Being that I found these bigger versions there, they must have been there the last time I was there, but I didn't notice them because they were up pretty high on a shelf and hidden. So once I found these, I decided to look a little harder for more of the 23 watt versions. However, I couldn't find anything in the store that was, well, like that. So obviously, now I've gotten all the induction bulbs from the restore. And here's the bulb itself. Obviously, it looks pretty normal with a mogul base. Let's see here. I think I can find the 23 watt version. If I move some stuff away from this drawer, and I can get it out below some of my other bulbs here. I suppose I could have had it ready for this video, but I didn't think about showing it with this one until now. Here is the 23 watt version, so you have an idea of how it compares. Let's see what else I can put next to it so you have another comparison. Here is a A19 shaped bulb. So you can really see how big this thing is. It is absolutely gigantic. So move this one out of the way. That is a, I don't know what that is, 75 watt, I think. So this is the 23 watt one. It actually has some type of a marking on it, and these are made by the same exact company from what I have found on it. I mean, we do have this as an etch on it. JX 40 watt, RZ, 120 volt, and then date code here of 2011. The one that I showed in the Finds of the Day video had a date code of 2012 on it. Let's see, in this 23 watt one has a date code of 2012 as well. So this one's just slightly bit older. Now, I decided to look up some information about this bulb, and there's not much information out there other than it's made by LVD, which is in the title of the video. But this bulb apparently has a lumen output of, well, let's see. I had that up on the computer here. Again, I should have had all this stuff ready. But I found a PDF document. Let me just pull it up here. And it has all of the lumen outputs for these type of bulbs by that company. So once it comes up, which there it goes, let's see, this particular bulb outputs 2600 lumens. 2,600 lumens. And I remember in my Finds of the Day video, I didn't know what that would equal. Some of the things that I found online said a 200 watt incandescent bulb. This 23 watt version puts out 1,400 lumens, 1,400 lumens. But again, I have my lamp catalog here since I'm at home. And let's look up the incandescent, so we can have some type of a comparison here. Oop. Well, I went right to, excuse me, halogen lamps. That's a little weird. I think I went to the specialty incandescents and passed everything else. Yep, there we go. So, the thing that I found closest is if you look here at the 150 watt incandescence, the first one, the 150A with an inside frost, has a lumen output of 2850. So that's the lumens right there, 2850. So that's pretty, you know, this bulb is actually less lumens than that, being 2600, and this one is 2800. The one that is closest, though, is the soft white reader light at 2650. So that's the closest lumen output. So this is close to a 150 watt bulb, but just look at the size of this thing. You think it would be brighter than that. I don't have a 150 watt bulb here to put next to it that I can see laying around. But obviously, as you could tell with the regular sized incandescent, this thing is absolutely massive. It is as big as a... Let's see, I have another bulb in my drawer of rare bulbs that we can compare it with. Here's a beauty. An old Lifeguard. So there's another comparison for you. It's even bigger than that, and it doesn't even put out as many lumens as this thing. Interesting. But it is 40 watts, which is less than 150. So I guess you're saving some watts there, which is obvious. But enough talk about the actual specs of the bulb. Let's go ahead and turn it on. So I'll screw it into this adapter here. This bulb did come in a medium base version as well, but it looks really weird with the medium base when you look it up online. So let me turn off our main light here, and let's turn this big thing on. Interesting. Now when it turns on, it is to instant brightness. However, it still takes about a couple seconds, and you will notice this. It'll brighten up. It'll just start to brighten up very evenly. A nice curve in brightness if you were to graph it. But it brightens up pretty fast to full brightness. And I remember when I first turned these on, because I was really curious, they weren't as bright as I thought they would be. So I guess that's my answer. It's about as bright as a 150 watt incandescent. Of course, we can have a top view here. It's a little wider at the top again to help spread out the light. We have our coil here to excite the gas within the electrodeless tube. That is correct. There is no electrodes in this tube like a fluorescent bulb would. It is the same type of mixture, but there's no electrodes. It uses the field here to energize and excite the gases, thus producing light when it hits the phosphor. You can kind of see a gap here they put for air. Again, there's nothing on these two areas here for identification, but you can see inside and see the electronics in there a little bit. It does have a very slight hum if you were to jab it right next to your ear. Other than that, you don't hear anything from this bulb. Let's see, I'll hold it up here. It does have very nice color. It's 5000K. So a pretty nice bulb, and you hear that? That's a bead of mercury rolling around inside of the bulb itself. So interesting. Currently, I'm trying to make a fixture for one of these, and once I get that done, I'll make a video of that with this bulb in it. But a very interesting piece of lighting history. Obviously, the induction bulb was replaced by LEDs of today, but it had a great little run of a couple years, and is just, well, a very nice piece of lighting history. We'll turn on one more time. Instant brightness. Very cool. Anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed this video of this LVD 40 watt induction light bulb. Also, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.